Good morning, everyone. We're out here at Tide Point in Baltimore, Maryland. It's beautiful outside, and I'm here with USA lacrosse player, awesome athlete, Taylor Cummings.
Hi, guys.
So she is super excited to be here today, I think. But she's an awesome athlete. She works her body super hard, so she's going to be a great demo for you today to see kind of how to either warm up or cool down with 5 yoga poses that I think are really beneficial. So whether you're a lacrosse player or you're an athlete, I think these 5 poses, doing them before, after workout, can be really helpful for your body to make sure your muscles are open, to make sure you're not getting too sore, and to make sure your body's on a safe spot. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we're gonna start in a standing forward bend. So Taylor's gonna interlace her fingers, reach them over her head, and then she's gonna lift her tailbone up as she drops her chest forward. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna bring her arms over her head, and then as she bends her knees, her tailbone is gonna lift up. So Taylor's gonna kind of show you option 1 here. So in this option 1, you'll notice that her knees are bending a good bit, her hips are slightly behind her heels, and she's staying here just for a couple breaths. To go further into this pose, I'm gonna start to straighten my legs a little bit more and then really try to melt my chest to my thighs and bring more weight forward in the foot so my heels might even lift. We're gonna take 2 more breaths here. So inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. One more time, inhale, breathe in. And then exhale, as you breathe out, we're gonna take our hands down to the mat. From there, we're just gonna roll up together, bone by bone by bone, shoulders roll down the back. So if I were you, I would repeat that 1 or 2 more times, just trying to open up the hamstrings. From there, we're gonna turn and face wide-legged together. So you want your stance nice and wide, because if it's not wide, it's hard to fold forward. So we're gonna turn our toes in just a little bit versus turning them out, so that way we're nice and anchored. We're gonna take our hands to our lower back, just hold on to it for support. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, wide-legged fold, start to drop down. Her hands are gonna place onto the mat gently, and again, we're just gonna work into the hamstrings a different way. From here, we're gonna take a deep bend of the right knee. So Taylor's gonna keep her hands down here, and then she's gonna slowly look towards her straight leg. And that's where she can decide, does she wanna peel her toe off the mat, dorsal flexing the foot, which is gonna rotate the toes to the sky, and it's gonna allow a deeper stretch in her groin. So Taylor's gonna stay supported by both of her hands. And then I'm gonna show you here what it would look like to bring your hands off the ground, drop the heel, and then the hands come to the heart. So while you're here, this requires a bit more balance, but it also requires that heel to drop, which can be really hard, so don't force it. We're gonna stay here for a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, we'll lower our hands back to the mat, safely move to the second side. And again, you can keep the heel lifted, you can keep the foot flat, you can transition the toes up, it's totally up to you. And then hold or drop heel, hands to heart. Again, this is a really challenging version. Another thing I want you to think about is this right leg that's straight, put a little golf ball below it. So don't allow it to fully bend. Lacrosse balls would be a little too big, so no offense, that's why I picked a golf ball. All right, we're gonna go back to the first side. So walk through center, come back through. Exhale, heel down, toes up, hands to heart, hold. And then second side, walk back through, working through the groin, and then hands to heart. Good. We're gonna come back to center here, straighten both of our legs, and then very gently with softly bent knees, hands to hips, rise all the way to stand, and we're gonna step our feet together now. From here, we're gonna come to seated. Bottoms of the feet together, this is called bound angle. So as the feet touch, you're gonna start to feel the outsides of your hips. All right, so I'm gonna assist Taylor from the back just so you can see her sit up nice and straight. So I'm gonna place the outside of my leg along her tailbone and spine and then pull her shoulders back. Now Taylor's gonna hold her feet as she folds forward, which is gonna start to help her support her body. And then as she folds, I'm gonna give her a little bit more room by offering an assist to her back and her shoulders as she drops in. Her knees stay to the side. It's okay that they don't touch the ground, and you're gonna feel this deep stretch through the lumbar spine, into the back body, and the whole rest of the body here. I'm gonna kind of show you a version of folding deeper. So while Taylor stays here, I'm gonna inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then I'm gonna walk my hands out as far as I can, which allows my chest to remain flat and then fold down over my feet. So wherever you are with your flexibility, let's take 2 more breaths. So inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale 1 more time, breathe in, and then really try to fold in to breathe out. From there, we're gonna come out of this pose. Taylor can turn and face me with her legs long. From there, she's gonna gently pull her right knee into her chest. She's gonna cross her right foot over her left foot. So she's gonna kind of show you one side and I'm gonna show you the other side. So you're gonna kind of see when she rotates through her spine. And then for me, you're gonna kind of see my front leg and what the foot wants to do. So we're gonna inhale, raise our left arm up. Exhale, cross the tricep over the thigh, and then take the back hand behind you to twist. Now you'll notice that when Taylor twists from the front, you'll see how her kind of back shoulder pops up. So she's just gonna drop it down a little bit. And if this hook is too hard, you can always hold the knee to twist as well. We wanna try to look all the way over the back shoulder so that you can really rotate the chin in line with the shoulder bone. Both sit bones are pressing, and then we'll come back to center, hug the knee to our chest, sit up tall. Exhale, just switch sides. Inhale, hug it in. Exhale, cross, and then twist. Good, so twisting is super healthy for the body. It kind of wakes up the abdominal organs in our stomachs, but it also allows us to release any tension we might have in our back, neck, shoulders, and the rest of our body. Take another breath as we try to turn all the way around, look past the shoulder, and then come back to center. Good, hug the knee. Final pose is on our backs, okay? So Taylor's gonna lay on her back and I'm gonna help her out here. She's gonna hug both of her knees into her chest. Give them a big squeeze. So we've worked on the hamstrings, we've done a little bit for the groin and the quads, we've done a little bit for the glutes and the lumbar spine. So now we're allowing our body to get into the hips and then to use a spinal press to really help out. So Taylor's gonna cross her right thigh over her left so that her kneecaps stack. She's gonna flex her feet to the sides and then either hold her ankles or her feet. And then she's gonna try to keep her feet lifted to the sides. And this is called cow face pose. So it's kind of a funny pose, but on your back, you're really gonna feel this in the outsides of your hips. So when you flex the feet, that's gonna allow the ankles to be safe. All right? So if you want to, Taylor can bend her elbows and pick her head up a little bit, which creates a deeper stretch. But the whole concept of this pose is to try to keep the tailbone all the way on the earth, again, lengthening the spine. So all the way from the pelvic floor through the neck. Exhale, she's gonna gently release her legs and switch, opposite leg on top, and then reach for the grab. So you might notice major differences from side to side. So maybe the left leg on top doesn't feel as flexible as the right, or vice versa. So again, feet are in dorsal flexion, which helps promote safety of the ligaments in the feet and your joints. Exhale, release it slowly. You'll hug both knees in just to take a moment. And then when you're ready, sit up. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, Taylor. And just try to remember these 5 poses if you're ever needing to kind of help yourself refrain from injury, but also to warm up or cool down. Don't forget, Taylor has some awesome workouts and lacrosse moves, skill drills on her channel. So check out Taylor Cummings on YouTube. Thanks, guys. I was like, what's the word?
Cross move.
I know.